Welcome back to episode 39 of Dialogue Tree. I am Matthew Peterson, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful friend and co-host, Daniel. Bring home the turkey if you bring home the bacon, Padilla.
Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás?
And it's not just Daniel, because we also have a bit of a crossover episode. I am also joined by another podcast host, Danny Say It Ain't So Rothenberg. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on here. Super stoked. I'm Danny. I'm the host of the Boredom Browsing podcast.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to give like a little introduction for anyone who might be interested in checking out your show as well?
Absolutely. So what we do on the Boredom Browsing podcast is basically recognize the fact that there's so much content out there to watch these days, right? You've got like Hulu, Netflix, HBO, like there's too many damn things to watch. So what we do is we have a lot of time on our hands and we watch all those shows and then we give you our honest recommendations on whether or not they're worth your time.
Yeah, dude.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
I will say I have listened to a few episodes, so I can recommend it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been listening to your episodes on like a binge, like ever since we talked, and I love them all.
Thank you.
We don't really have like a set thing that we do.
Premise, I guess.
No, but I think
Yeah,
that's better. I think it's nice to just kind of have a free form, like, this is what we're going to talk about in the moment.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, that's kind of what I was when I first started talking to Matt about this project. It was just like that, right? Just having a reason to like sit on the phone with Matt for like an hour and just talk shit, and then just produce
Right.
something for like friends.
Yeah, have other people come talk to us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because also this was around the time where like when like Cam was still in like fucking like Spain, and I think Mitch might have still not been around. Like I think he was still in Germany.
Yeah, he
or
was
whatever.
in
So, like,
Germany for a while.
yeah. So it was just like something that we could make to have like our friends who are like really far away from us, like have
No, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we did something similar. It was basically like, so my co-host Samson Martin and Sean McGarry, we just kind of realized like we all had the same interests and we just loved talking about like film and TV and just goofing around. And it was like, you know what, this is the perfect medium to do it, and it's so easy to do it now these days.
Yeah, it's really
so many
great.
tools. Yeah, like I had no idea. Like I started talking to Matt about this project, not really like thinking it was feasible, just because I didn't really know what it entailed. But Matt was like, yeah, and like 2 days after that, he like already figured everything out. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Just kind of Googled it.
Yeah,
I still think it's like it's a little nerve-wracking every time I get behind the mic too, because it's like, wow, I'm actually like putting my voice out there and just kind of being heard, and some people are actually listening, which is super cool.
Right.
Honestly, the most satisfying part was we didn't know there was another show called Dialogue Tree when we came up with the name, which is like a boyfriend girlfriend gaming podcast.
No way, dude.
But they like discontinued, and then when we finally came up above them in the search results, because our show is still ongoing, that was a proud moment for me that we're the real Dialogue Tree now.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. No, we just got approved for iHeartRadio, which was super cool.
No,
so now,
cool.
Yeah. So if you like search for Bored on there, we're like the 10th result because we just joined.
Right.
But it's still like Bored is such a usual term to search for. So it's cool that it's popping up.
Especially when you're looking for a podcast to listen to. You just
absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's sick, dude. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Super
cool.
Dude, can I just say that I love today's the theme of today's nicknames, man?
Oh, they're so good.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm not sure how much Danny knows about me, if anything at all, but I am a big fan of Weezer. I would say that they're like, I don't know, like fucking top 3 favorite bands ever, or like at least like most significant in my life, if you will. So I appreciated the theme of today's. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I used to listen to them a lot back in like middle school.
That's exactly what
of course.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly when I fell in love with them. Yep.
I do appreciate the meme pivot, though. I think it was kind of a good call. They've done like what Smash Mouth was afraid to do and capitalized on it, I think.
Yeah, they absolutely like embraced it, right?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Right. This is exactly like, I don't know. I think it's. Of course, I don't think they've been very consistent with like the stuff that they've put out over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
there's definitely been some like forgettable stuff out there, to say the least, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at least they show they have a lot of personality and they engage with the fans a whole lot, right? Like Rivers Cuomo was doing a lot of Zoom sessions with fans. He would just share the link for people to join and stuff. I never did because I was always busy, but it's cool that they do that, right? They try to have that engagement with their fans and shit.
Yeah.
I think if anything, what COVID's kind of taught us is that we're more connected than we realize.
It's
and it's so
interesting. Yeah.
easy to interact with like quote unquote famous people.
Yeah.
Right. That's wild. So just to go along those lines, not necessarily talking about engaging with famous people, but I was thinking, like since COVID, I'm talking with friends who are far away from me, like more often than I otherwise would be. Like one of my best friends from high school, he's in Chicago now. Of course, we always like chatted like every once in a while, and whenever we did, it was like fine, right? It was like if we had never like really been apart. But now like I'm actually like, hopping on the phone with them, playing games with them like at least once a week or once every couple of weeks, which is something that we have not done in like years. You know what I mean?
My friend group from so I grew up in New Jersey, went to school there. My friend group and I will do like every month or so a poker tournament online. So you join one of the rooms and like have a Discord call and just play poker with each other.
That's sick. I love that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Call of Duty too. Like that game makes it so easy to interact with people because you can do like Xbox and PlayStation together. So
yeah, dude, cross-platform is amazing.
Yeah.
We've been playing Rocket League Switch PC, and it's so nice. Like,
it's coming out for free.
Buy it twice. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, the common guest Owen bought it 2 days after it was announced to be free.
Today's before.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Or 2 days before.
Danny, where do you stand on this whole conspiracy over the fact that New Jersey might not exist?
The only reason I'm convinced it exists is because of how bad it smells.
All right, that's fair.
I always describe New Jersey as the armpit of New York, and I truly think it's like that's the most fitting way you can describe it.
Yeah, that's
a
really good comparison
everywhere.
Dude.
All right, dude. Can I just say I've been to New Jersey once when
I'm so sorry.
No, but it's I thank you, but it's funny because like I'd never been there. Right, I was just there the one time. This was in 2017 because my favorite soccer team they were playing there because they were doing like a tour in the United States, and they were playing there right in Red Bull Arena. We were there for like a day, a couple of days maybe, and like that's all I could think about. Right, I didn't think about the armpit specifically, but I thought about the ass of New York. Right, it felt to me like New Jersey was the ass. And I don't mean no disrespect, right?
No. I don't take any.
It's just funny that you would go like anatomical like that because that's the same thing that I thought about when I was there myself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like New Jersey's kind of a meme when you think about it because northern New Jersey's like fairly normal, and then you start going south and it just gets crazier and crazier.
Really? Like the closer you get to Pennsylvania and shit is what I've heard.
I'd say closer to like Delaware and Maryland.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like once you get on the shore, it's a completely different brand of people.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder what goes on in Delaware. It must be like a cult.
They exist. I know that.
I know. I'm sure they like have a government system and everything. It's just there's so little space. You must know everyone.
Right.
Yeah. I think the cities are probably densely packed though.
Yeah.
Because they're so tiny, right?
I grew up in a pretty small town, and you get to the point where even if you don't know somebody, you recognize them. And it was the same thing at school too.
Right.
I had something I wanted to bring to both of you.
Yeah.
So I know you guys talk about like games that you've been playing, and I've got a game that I just like I am in love with and I highly, highly recommend, and that is Persona 5 Royal.
Oh shit. What are you playing it on?
You can play it on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So Atlas is like this developer. They made this game called Persona, and it became a super popular series, and they're up to 5.5, I guess I would call it now.
Right.
And the really cool thing is, so Persona 5 was widely successful. Persona 5 Royal, they just kind of took that and they're like, here are the areas we can improve upon it, and then just made a new game, and it's so much better than the original.
No shit.
Yeah.
And would you say you need to play Persona 5, or you should beforehand?
No, I would honestly say you can just go straight to Royal because of how many things they add in and how many things they improved upon.
But the story and everything is still the same.
It's for the most part. So I haven't beaten the game yet, so I can't say like how much they change. I know they added in like it's basically you're in school, so you follow like a day-to-day schedule.
Right.
And I know they added in an entire new semester.
Must be a lot of content, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's just like you follow the normal story up until this point, which is actually where I am now, and then you start the new content. So I technically haven't seen any of the new content, but I know that like the base game is stellar.
How many hours have you put into it?
Oh man, so I got Persona 5 last summer when I was working at this internship, and I wound up sinking 170 hours into it over the course of the summer.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah. So just like a few months. Damn.
Yeah. Dude, it sucks up so much time.
No,
Like,
I've heard.
It's wild.
I don't know how much you follow like gaming YouTube and stuff, but I do follow The Completionist, and it was like a big thing when he finally released his video on Persona 5. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I follow him too. I was shocked how many times he beat it because I've only beaten it 1.5. Like, it's kind of nuts. The game just takes forever. And then on this one, I'd probably say I'm about like 80 hours in, and it came out end of March, so like sizable amount of time. But my God, this game is so good. It's just it's so much fun to play, and there's so many elements to it that if you're looking for like a JRPG, this is easily my go-to.
Yeah, the system looks so cool and like stylish when I look at the gameplay of it. It seems like a lot less boring than the standard RPG.
It's also like 4 games in one because you have like a day-to-day life simulator, so you have to like build up relationships with
it's like a dating sim kind of.
Yeah, you can date all of the female confidants, but none of the males.
Right.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's odd.
Joker's not gay.
And then you've got like your battle and dungeon puzzle one. And then you've just got like overall they have like a collection mechanism too. So you're trying to complete like a Pokedex of sorts, but with these personas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all over and it's awesome. Like I love this series now.
And why did the Completionist have to beat the game so many times? Because he like every run he had to like date someone else or some shit like that?
Really?
Yeah. Gotcha. So you've got like 10 relationships that you can potentially get into.
Yeah.
And the other thing to get into relationships is you have to answer the questions perfectly. Otherwise, you're not maximizing your days. Right. So it's all about like how you maximize the days and answer the questions. So he probably went through them, and in order to get the gifts from each of the confidants, you have to friend 9 of them and fall in a relationship with 1. So he had to redo it over and over and over. I'm a little confused why he didn't do like a save state and just keep going back.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I would have done.
That wouldn't be very completionist of him.
Have you guys ever like 100%ed a game?
That's a great question. I'm thinking about it.
I definitely have 100% in Mega Man X, but that's not very hard. You know, like there's only a handful of like power ups and shit, but it is a lot of fun, and it's fun because you can 100% it. Like last time I did that, it was on the night of my birthday, earlier this year, and I did it in like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I had a lot of fun. I fucking love that game.
I think I also have because I wanted to see the Hadouken, but
right.
I don't think I've percented anything with like a meter. A game that like actively tells you what percent you've beaten, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't think I have either.
The closest I came was with Celeste, which I'm still trying to beat all the seasides. It's so hard, dude.
No, it's fucking hard. You're right.
Yeah, I got it like maybe 2 months ago, and I'm still only on like chapter 4.
Right? It's hard.
Oh, you got it? Dude, it's a delightful game, man. I'm glad you're playing through that because it's just, I don't know, it's wonderful.
The one thing I loved about it was on the Switch, they had it for like $5. I was like, there's no way this game isn't worth it.
Right.
Yeah. It's so nice.
I got mine like a year ago, and I don't think I paid more than like $10 for it back then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Matthew, are you getting Persona 4? Were you actually thinking about that? Because
I am. I mean, did it come out? I kind of forgot about it.
I guess I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure if it came out already. You're right.
I think it's out on Steam.
Okay.
Right.
There's a guy I watch on Twitch, and he was playing it. So either he got it earlier, you know.
Right. Yeah, Persona's always interested me. It's just like I never had a PlayStation 4 or anything, so it's kind of inconvenient for me to play. I did play a little Persona 2 on my PSP though, which was it was all right. It was kind of neat, but it turns out if you change your character's name, it really messes with the game for the digital re-release. I didn't know that, and I was like, I don't want to do the intro again. I'm just gonna not finish it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Persona 4 is already available on Steam. You can
Interesting.
You can get it for $20. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good deal.
What have you been playing, Matthew? Have anything at all this week besides Rocket League?
Yeah, we have been playing a lot of Rocket League, that's pretty much what the game I play when I'm like bored or whatever now.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I finished Bloodstained 2 again.
Oh, you
That's
did?
About it.
Have you done all the runs?
Yeah, I have.
Gotcha.
But now I did Boss Rush, which is really hard.
That was like a new patch that was added in, right? That didn't really come out with the game.
I didn't finish it fast enough to tell you.
Gotcha.
So maybe. But yeah, it's good.
I've been playing stupid Lego City Undercover, man. I'm not gonna lie. That game is just it's just pleasant to play. It's so funny. It's not hard. It is a little janky, right? I think these Lego games do carry a lot of that like sort of PS2 era type jank, if that makes any sense at all. If you can like picture
Yeah.
that, right? Like controls get a little stiff sometimes, and it's just little things like that. But the sense of humor is there, man. And it's just, I don't know, it's just pleasant to play. The city is open. You can like run over people, and it's not violent, right? But like the dude, when you're driving, the dude will still make like a comment. He'll say like, "Oh, sorry about that," and shit like that. So it'll like legitimately like acknowledge the fact that you're running over someone with a car, you know, in a very like cartoonish sort of like child friendly way. And it's just, I don't know, it's silly, man.
Does that game also have the Wilhelm scream when you run into them, or no?
Ah, damn, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
It's got to
like
be in there somewhere. I feel like all the Lego games have it.
Yeah, I feel like I would have heard it already and I would remember it. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I
remember spending like days playing Star Wars Lego and just like jumping off the edge to the scream.
That's good.
There's so many YouTube compilations and whatever, like Yoda death scream, Lego Star Wars and whatever. It's such an iconic game, honestly.
Oh man.
So that's the one that I've been playing. Not sure that I've been playing anything else beyond Rocket League, which we definitely sunk a lot of hours into the last couple of weeks.
Hell yeah. It's just a game you can always get better at, honestly. Like,
right, exactly.
If you're not playing it professionally, there's always some way you could improve. And then, I don't know, that's just something to do. It's like Smash or whatever.
I'm excited to get it because I wound up never purchasing it. And now that's going to be free. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, come join us. Yeah, we've had a lot of people with the pandemic. Because that's why I started playing it again, I guess. Just I had nothing else to do. And then like Daniel started playing it, and then Cam and Owen started playing it. So we have a lot of people like coming in and out playing with us.
Right.
That's the best.
Right, exactly. It just gives us like another thing that we can all do, right? Even, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even, like over the distance and the fact that we're all stuck at home.
That's actually a game that brought like a lot of friends close to me was Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because you just like, you have the island and you can go and hang out with each other, and it's really soothing, honestly.
Yeah.
You just hang out and like talk and do really relaxing activities when the world's going to shit.
Yeah. There's definitely several people I hadn't seen since like college, and then I played Animal Crossing with them just when it came out, and that was the first time we had talked pretty much.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I ever talked about this on the show, but like actually, so my birthday was on March 28th. It was like a week after it came out, and like fucking you, Matthew, and like Madeline Doyle,
like
and
Mitch and Spencer.
Yeah, a bunch of you guys just like planned this like surprise party for me on Animal Crossing. It was like the sweetest thing. Like
that's so wholesome.
I know, dude. I loved it. I went into one other. I think I was talking to like either Madeline or like Spencer, and I was supposed to like play with them, right? Like just them. They're like, yeah, come over to our island. And then I just went over, and everyone was there, and they had like presents and shit, and they were wearing Mega Man shirts and everything. I fucking loved that.
Oh, that's great.
Time. Yeah,
dude. I got my present sniped. I on my island there was an espresso machine, and I was like, this is the perfect gift for Daniel, so I'll buy it today and wrap it for him. Then I will go to Spencer's island, and his store is selling an espresso machine, and everyone else is like, this is the perfect gift for Daniel, and they all buy it.
Yeah, I have a few in my house, and they're all on display because I can't not have them on display.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite though?
I think I like the black one the best. I don't remember who's the black one, but I think I like that one the best. I think it looks very slick.
That's great.
And that's cool, right? Like Animal Crossing allowed us to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
They just added a new patch pretty recently, so you can like go to dream worlds and stuff.
Is that like so you can check out people's towns when they're not playing or something?
Yeah, pretty much. You like go to sleep, and then it's like a ghost version of their town, so you can destroy shit, but it doesn't actually like mess with their island.
Right. That's kind of fun. That's kind of clever.
I think I remember that from like the 3DS one or something.
I'd say my one complaint is that you can't do like a random island.
Oh,
so like you have to enter the code. And I think
just
that's
like
dumb.
Go on like Tumblr and search Animal Crossing Islands or something.
Yeah, like you definitely can, but I don't know. I always thought like just being able to jump into a random one would be a nice feature, because then it just like there's a lot of people who probably don't know to comment like on subreddits or post it on Tumblr, and like they're like, hey, check out my island, and no one ever really can.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Honestly, the online design thing is one of the coolest aspects. You can get so many cool designs and share them with people across the world.
Yeah.
Did you see the Amazon that they made for that? It's called like Nookazon.
No.
Yeah, it's a whole website, and you just like go on it, and someone's like, here, I'm selling this, or I'm buying that, and you message them, and it's like, all right, here, come to my island, I'll give it to you for this.
I'm looking at it right now. That's insane, dog. I can't believe it.
It's nuts. I got like some really good piece of furniture, and all I needed to trade was like a pink kiddie pool. And I was like,
Wow,
man,
this
I
is
got
really
8 of
well
these.
made.
It's great.
Damn.
This is
No, that's
awesome.
wild. There's a whole economy over fucking Animal Crossing. I can't believe
Yeah,
that.
dude.
People make economies over like any little thing. It's great.
Yeah. I remember TF2 had like a very bustling, robust economy, very well defined for a free to play game.
I used to play this MMO called Fusion Fall, where it was like this
That
Cartoon
sounds
Network
familiar, man.
RPG.
I remember that.
Oh yeah,
You remember it? So like,
yeah.
it was great. I loved playing it. And then some people who were huge fans after it got shut down made a remake of it, and they put it up, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I was playing it, and they had a whole forum section, and it was dedicated to just like, I have this item worth this amount of money. Like, let me trade it
Right.
for this. And I was just kind of
No
like, this is
shit, dude.
wild.
I don't know if you know. I don't know if you follow Billiam on YouTube. I love that guy. And he puts up a lot of videos about like random old shit like that. Like he has like a whole series on like old sort of online multiplayer games like that. And he did put up one about that one. And I thought I've never played it myself because I don't think it was available for us in our region here. But I did think it was interesting, like the redesigns for all the characters and stuff. I thought that was because all the Cartoon Network characters are there, but they don't look like they're like the actual cartoons. They like look different, right?
It kind of like brought weight to the thing because the whole situation was like this alien planet's invading, and they're like the last line of defense. So the fact that they're not like 10-year-old kids is actually pretty
right.
interesting.
Right. Cool little concept.
The game got shut down pretty recently by Warner, their Time Warner.
Really?
That always seems to happen with this kind of thing, and it sucks,
Right.
honestly.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but I also think they were shutting everything down because like their HBO Max platform is coming out, and they're doing this Cartoon Network Legacy thing on there.
Over HBO Max? No way.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So basically, the legacy part is like you got like Ed, and Eddie and like Dexter's Lab, and they're just trying to like revamp them, not redo them, but just like promote them again.
Gotcha,
and I think they had like Cartoon Network Legacy was the name for it. And the sequel game that the fans were making of Fusion Fall was called Fusion Fall Legacy. So I think it was interfering with the search results.
Yeah, they would shut that shit down. Yeah. Unlucky.
How unfortunate, dude.
Yeah, happens.
I do have something. Yeah, that's a perfect segue because I was intending to talk about, I don't know if you've heard about Close Enough yet.
Yeah, I watched it all.
You watched the whole thing? What did you think, dog?
I watch a lot of shows mostly because it gives me stuff to talk about now.
Right.
I really liked the fact that it was adult regular show, but tamer. And I think one of the things that threw me off in the beginning was just that I wasn't expecting it to go off the rails. Like in the first episode alone, you've got these like normal married couple characters and their daughter, and then just their roommates, and everything seems to be going fine. And then it just like all of a sudden it just drops.
Yep.
Things go off the rails. And I think I wasn't expecting that at first, but once I got used to it, I really enjoyed it.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah, no. I think, before Close Enough came out, I would confidently say that Regular Show is my favorite animated show like ever. And I remember hearing about Close Enough way back in like 2016, 2017. And it had been so long that I just kind of forgot about it. And I thought it got canceled before it was ever even released. But I pretty much watched the whole thing in like a couple of days too, because I loved it, right? I love that concept that it's just basically Regular Show, but like somehow a little bit more grounded in reality, right? Like instead of having like a fucking raccoon and like
they're not animals.
Yeah, you actually have like an actual married couple and roommates with like actual real like 30-year-old type problems, and like so it's relatable in that sense. Right before it all goes to shit, right? In the same way that Regular Show goes to shit.
No, I am interested. I'll have to check it out.
It's good,
man. It's super funny. It has all the 80s references from Regular Show that I fucking love.
Yeah,
right. It's fantastic. I've had a great time with it, and I really hope it does well enough for them to release another season of it.
I think it is. I think JG Quintel, the guy who created it, was saying it was getting a lot of buzz.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Certainly. I
always like when I love Regular Show, but maybe I always thought like it being on Cartoon Network was kind of maybe a little restraining to it.
Yeah.
Especially when I watched his original short and it's like them doing LSD in a gas station and they swear and stuff. Like
because that's relatable to kids is doing LSD in a gas station bathroom.
So I'm curious how like a more adult version will look.
Yeah, exactly. It's still not like, like it doesn't try to be edgy, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't try to be edgy, but like, you can definitely tell, right, that it's like it's more like an adult oriented cartoon. but nothing seems gratuitous to me. At least not to me.
No.
Yeah.
I'd honestly say the best comparison is like if both of his shows are bicycles, Regular Show has training wheels and Close Enough does not.
Oh, perfect. I love that. Yeah. Very good.
I also think the interesting thing, like Cartoon Network in terms of animation shows, they're more like allowing people to get away with things than other networks would.
Yeah, Daniel sent me a clip today on YouTube, and it was just them like talking about balls very overtly.
Yeah. But that's interesting because honestly, dude, I remember catching Regular Show for the first time one time that I was in the States back in, I cannot remember if it was 2010 or 2011, but just around, I was still in high school then. I was like in my junior or senior year just about. And I traveled, I don't fucking know, maybe for like vacation or something. I was there for like a week. And I remember catching Regular Show. This is the first, I never heard anything about this show, but I found it on the TV and like, it happened to be the very first episode. I don't know if you've seen it, the one with the keyboard thing.
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah. And like the first thing that like caught my attention was just how, I guess for grown-up kids it was, right? They would say like things like, don't look at my crotch. And like, I think Rigby at one time said like, how in the H are we going to fix this S? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so that just immediately is like, wow, like these guys are fucking like pushing it, I thought that was super interesting.
They're always drinking a lot of soda and getting drunk on soda.
Right.
One of the things I always say about animation, and this is usually to people who don't watch like animated things or anime typically, it's that you have to give it a chance despite the fact that it's like that. Because it may look like a kid's show, but there's always so much more to it. And just dismissing it because of the way it looks is it like you need to give it at least 3 or 4 episodes before you can really judge whether or not you like it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Regular Show is super, super clever, right? And all the references it makes about everything. And I don't know, I just really love the characters, right? It just reminds me of all of you guys, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, just hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
So,
and you're watching Avatar, Daniel, which I think a lot of people regard as like the greatest media story told in their lifetime, and that's animated.
It's so
You're
good.
right. I was super surprised about it, because I was in like, middle school when that show was actually airing on TV, and I never really paid much attention to it just because, I don't know, I guess growing up, I was a lot more of a Cartoon Network kid instead of like a Nickelodeon kid. And I didn't really know a lot of my friends who watched it is the thing, right? All my friends were into like Knights of the Zodiac and Dragon Ball and that kind of shit that they would air on Cartoon Network precisely. But like, since it was released on Netflix, like literally everyone was like, yo, this show is really good. And I had no idea. I started watching it and it's fantastic, man. Legitimately, I legitimately like Aang, like as a character. I think he's phenomenal. It's just so much fun to watch.
That's an example of a show that has like true character growth.
Yeah.
Look at a character from the first episode and compare him to the last, and they are worlds apart, which is great. Also, Korra's coming to Netflix.
Oh, it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, August 14th.
I know people are definitely like way less into Korra, but
they didn't like Korra specifically.
She's okay. I don't know. Aang is definitely more fun for sure.
I
like
love
Bolin.
Aang.
I just like Bolin. I think he's great.
But anyway, I mean, Daniel has no idea what we're talking about, so
I
we can move on.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna ask you, Matthew, how your quest for couches on the internet is going.
Oh yeah. So context for Danny and everyone else who has no idea what Daniel just said. I don't know how this idea came to me, but I was just like on my phone, and I had the idea to go on different social media and DM people and ask them if they're like still selling the couch and make an offer on this couch. So I'm gonna go on like Reddit and Twitter and YouTube and just like leaving unsolicited comments like, you still have the couch? I have 180. My car, I don't know if I can fit it in the car. It's kind of a piece of shit car. I don't know if I'll make it. and just like seeing what people will say. And a lot of people don't answer, but some people are like legitimately like, you have the wrong person. Who are you talking about? Like, I have yet to run into someone actually selling a couch. I doubt that'll happen.
What would you do though? What would you do? Do you have a plan for that?
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to give them my address, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I live in Arizona." What the hell?
All right, yeah, that'd be good.
As someone who's like sold things online, you get a sense of endorphin rush when someone messages you and they're like interested in it. So you're like making and ruining all of these people's days at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh man, someone wants the couch finally. Oh man, they don't live anywhere near me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just these funny, weird interactions I have with people like once every day now, and I don't know. It pleases me for some reason.
My favorite one, because you've been sending us like screenshots. My favorite one was so Matthew just straight up just like messages this one person like, "Hey, do you still have it? I have my own truck. I go pick it up." You know, without even saying that it's a couch, right? It's just like it's still available. I have a truck. I can go pick it up. Like, can you imagine getting that message? Like, what the fuck is this person talking about?
You should go on like a dating app and make your bio that you're looking to buy a couch and see like if anyone's trying to sell.
Yeah, I love that.
That'd be a fun adventure. You like track every week. You give like updates on who's willing to sell and who just like is trying to sell you nudes. And you're like, no, I want fabric.
I want your couch. Yeah,
that's not bad. Maybe I'll follow up on that.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Dude, dating apps are hilarious during COVID because you'll message people, but you're never actually going to meet up with them, you know, because there's a global pandemic. Oh man, I have a great story about that. So I was messaging this person and maybe had a conversation for like 10 minutes max. This was at the time where like there was something going on in my life, so I couldn't really message people, and nor did I have like the mental interest to. Yeah. And I was just like, hey, like, just a heads up, probably not going to really message at all ever because, you know, all this stuff is going on. And she like added me on Snapchat anyway. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And I post this photo of my dog who is like kind of sick a little while back. And I guess like I might have mentioned that in the 10-minute conversation. I don't remember. I post the photo and she starts messaging me and she's like, hey, like, how's your dog doing? And like checking in on all this stuff. I was like, oh, like, she's good. Like have another like 5-minute conversation. And she's like, so what are you looking for on here? I'm like, well, nothing, because, you know, there's a pandemic going on and I'm not really trying to meet with anyone. And she's like, what do you mean you're not trying to meet with anyone? I was like, what do you mean? What do I mean? Like, have you seen what's going on in the world? She's like, well, you're the first person I message on here who isn't willing to do that.
What the hell, for real?
Like, well, I'm sorry, I pay attention.
I guess that's why you would be on a dating app, I guess.
Yeah, but then it gets better. She starts going off on me about how I wasted her time and how I ruined her day because she had to check in on me and see how I was doing. And I was just like, I didn't ask you to do any of that. And it just kept going, like message after message. I wound up having to block her because she was just sending like 4 paragraphs about how it was my fault that she was like trying to be a kind person.
And it sucks that she would go off like that, you know, like as if she was trying to be a kind person to like get something out of you, right? She wasn't doing it like genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she didn't even care about the dog.
Right.
That's the worst of it all.
Yeah, it's a sick dog.
Yeah, we actually like wound up having to put him down because he had cancer.
Oh no!
Like it was good. Like we got a lot of extra time with him than we were expecting. Sorry, didn't want to dampen the mood, but yeah, no, he was doing well, and we got a lot of time, and I'm glad he's not in pain. That's all I want to say on it.
Right. I have Limp Bizkit lyrics in my Tinder profile.
Stop. Every day you just message me unsolicited Limp Bizkit lyrics.
That should be a subreddit.
Unsolicited Limp Bizkit lyrics.
That sounds like something that would exist.
If you made one, I'd subscribe instantly.
Oh yeah,
like instantly.
I think Daniel would be the only one posting, but yeah, it would be pretty good.
Do you guys have any like weird subreddits you subscribe to?
I moderate one.
Yeah, this is so good, and it's a good segue to something else that I had in my notes.
Okay, because last time we tried to talk about this character, it like crashed the internet at my house for the rest of the episode.
This is good.
So I'll try to keep it brief, but there's a YouTube celebrity, I'll call him. He's very unpopular. He used to go by Michigan Video Maker, has rebranded to Nick's Cool Cooking Tips, I think.
Cool Kitchen.
And he's a very poor chef who also reviews junk food, and he lives in Michigan. He wears a fedora, and he just like has no showmanship whatsoever.
None at all.
And the videos are really bland, and he's just like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'll give it a 4.89 out of 7.
But you want to know? But hold on. The scale is out of 7, but because it includes the 5 stars and then thumbs up, right?
Right.
So you can get something like, yeah, it's 5 stars and 1 thumbs up, or 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. You know, that's his
right, which is really deceptive as a first-time viewer, because if he's like, yeah, these chips are 5 out of 5, that's actually like a B plus because he didn't give it any thumbs up.
Right.
which he never mentions. I had to like decipher this myself.
That's incredible.
But I run his subreddit. We're a very small community. I just like repost the videos and give updates about whenever he doesn't post for like 3 months because he's always rebranding and shit.
Right.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's quite a fun time.
We're gonna have to put a link to that on the.
Yeah, I'll link one of his videos or the subreddit or something.
That's so good.
It's funny because the dude has so little showmanship, dude. That like, I can't remember what episode this was, but he was reviewing some kind of chip, that bag chips that you buy at like Walmart or whatever.
Mhm.
He couldn't open it, right? And he was like, and you can see like he like hesitated for a second. He like looked at a camera, hesitated for a second, and then he just got up from his chair because you can't. He's like sitting on like a table,
Right.
at like a table, and you can't see like below his waist, right? But he gets up to like look for scissors or something, and he is wearing like fucking tighty whities, man.
Yeah,
And you can see that clearly. You can see that clearly on the screen for like a couple of seconds. Fuck, man.
Oh,
It's so good.
well,
I don't know if
Yeah.
this is a Michigan accent, but he just like has
He
a
mumbles. He
has
mumbles
a
a lot.
horrendous way of speaking. It all
Yeah.
just runs together into like a big pile.
Yeah, I have a hard time understanding him, to be honest. Sometimes.
Right.
he doesn't sound real. Like the more you describe
It's
him,
almost like he's not. It's insane.
Like Spencer describes him as like a human tragedy, and I think it's kind of funny.
that's incredible.
No, but he does have people who are like I wish him the best, but there are people who are like I think legitimately here for his food reviews. There's a few people in the comments
Yeah.
who are always like another great one, and it's not me.
Right,
Matt's got like
right.
5 alternate accounts.
He actually does.
Oh,
Matt has a lot of online aliases, dude. I don't even
Yeah,
think I am aware of all of them.
wait, what was
It's awful.
what was the guy's name again?
Look up Nick's Cool Kitchen.
Nick's
but
Cool
he used to be
Kitchen.
Michigan Video Maker, which was a much funnier.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's so much more generic.
He
Right?
stole his logo from the Michigan State of Tourism. I guess he didn't steal it, but it's the Michigan State of Tourism logo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I just say? I think it's funny how I never knew what his name was. Right? To me, he was always just Michigan Video Maker. I'd never heard him say his name or anything.
Hmm.
So like when I saw that he had actually rebranded to Nick's Cool Kitchen, I messaged Matt and I was like, all right, I guess we finally know what his name was. And Matt just told me like, yeah, I always suspected it was
No, but I did have evidence. People in the comments sometimes said Nick, and I was like, this is like his brother-in-law.
Okay.
But anyways, that's just like a weird hobby. I've been into. Rest actually was the one who found him, so Rest and I would like watch those videos in junior year.
Oh, that's great. You just gave me something
Yeah,
new to
man.
watch. I'm so excited to go through all of his videos.
Go for it. Go for
There's
it.
a lot, man. There's a lot of content there.
A lot
and
of
it's
excellent
pretty good.
recipes.
It's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, cool. I don't know, dude. Matt, do you have anything in mind, dude?
So before we recorded this, we were a little early because we were gonna record at 9, and I was like, Daniel, we're ready. Are you here? And he says, dude, I'm playing Mega Man. You gotta let me go be Heat Man first. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we're waiting here on Discord, and he's like, oh, dude, I thought I was gonna be on time, but the hot take alert actually showed up at my house.
Hot take alert.
So here we are, dude.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to go first, Danny?
Yeah. All right. So my hot take is that anyone over the age of 75 should have to renew for their license, and every year after that, you have to do a driving test again because there's too many older citizens who just constantly get into car accidents because they can't see anymore. I think there needs to be like more control over that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point to bring up.
I thought that was a thing for some reason. Is it not?
Certain
I honestly thought
countries.
it was.
Yeah, it depends.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably in the state here.
It differs from state to state, but I think it needs to be more widespread.
Yeah, it should probably be a national law,
Yeah.
especially because I guess driver's licenses are technically state to state, but they're valid in every state.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
The only reason I think of it as a hot take is because it's kind of taboo about like taking away stuff from older people or as they get older.
Right.
Yeah,
Because it's like they're already starting to have issues. Like you don't want to pile on the fact that they can't do these things anymore. But I think it was last year I was in an accident where an 87-year-old made a left into oncoming traffic because he didn't see the cars coming,
Yeesh.
and he totaled my car. And it was like,
Oh, damn,
if
dude.
he wasn't on the road, I would have been fine. And luckily I was fine. Like I wasn't really injured, but he shouldn't have been driving.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, I think that makes total sense. Yeah, absolutely. And I get that, right? Yeah, you don't want to like restrict older people more than they maybe just naturally are, right? But like if they're just gonna
It's
like
just
endanger
scary.
people.
I'm sure it's scary to be in that position because like it's like you're losing your freedom to leave wherever you live, basically.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
as an old person, because then you're just like housebound pretty much.
I do think though that regulations really wouldn't be put in nationally unless like there's a change in government, because that demographic is such a high voter percentile.
Yeah.
Like there's no way they want to limit their chances
Oh,
of
I
getting
guess you're
there.
right. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my take.
No, that's kind of
Good.
an interesting one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
I like
Something
that.
Matthew, do you have one? Fuck, dude, I don't have one. I forget.
I guess I do. This is kind of weird, but that's what I was thinking about because we were talking about Shenmue 3 last night.
Oh, that's right.
Are you aware of Shenmue, Danny?
I am.
Okay. Because I don't know. I was just like, yeah, maybe. I mean, I understand how Shenmue 1 was innovative, but I was like, maybe this series never was good ever. and it was just like a cool idea for an open world, but like the games were never actually fun. And Shenmue 3 was exactly the same. It is new next gen one, and it's the same as exactly as it was with worse combat. And now everyone hates it because games aren't fun like that.
It seems to be a trend with Sega games, right? That like that's a discussion that people have whether the games were ever actually any fucking
I
good.
know, it's so sad. It's like
Or if they were just like innovative and for their time that people just like bought into them without realizing how like actually not fun they were.
Yeah.
And I'm not this is not my judgment, this is just the sense that I get from the community, right? Because like that's the conversation that people have over Sonic a lot.
Mm.
And
yeah.
apparently over Shenmue now too.
It's just like sad when a game comes out and like the discussion, like no one's saying it's good. Everyone's just saying, "Is this trash or was it always trash?"
Yeah, dude. Goddamn.
But I agree that Shenmue 1 and 2 was like innovative for games. I just don't think it was fun, and it's what
Right.
happens when a person who doesn't play video games and is very proud of that as a video game director makes a video game. Like it might have a cool story and an interesting like fresh ideas from not having that like boxed in perspective, but it won't be fun because he like doesn't know what video games are even like.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you always got to give credit to the people who paved the way, but at the same time, you also got to recognize like this was the best at the time, but there's clearly so much more you can do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess my hot take would be Snickers 1,000 times better than what's the other one? I forgot the name. Fucking
It's so bad he can't remember.
Yeah, dude. No, it's like a bar too. Like it looks like Snickers. No,
Milky
dude.
Way?
Milky Way. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if that's hot.
1,000.
1,000 times better, if not more.
Wow.
I just like my chocolate bars to have some crunch in there, man. You know, I don't like them when they're all just like smush.
I guess I would pick the Snickers over a Milky Way, but I wouldn't pick 1,000 times over.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To me, Milky Way it just tastes like mush. I just don't like the texture. Right? It just feels like mush in my mouth, and I don't know. I feel like I like the little crunch that the peanuts give to the Snicker bar.
That's fair.
So
Yeah, I'm the only person who likes Milk Duds. I think just me.
That's
Milk
the
Duds.
hot take.
That kind of is.
you like Whoppers at all?
No, they're super chewy. It is kind of gross. It's like chewing gum, but it's made of caramel.
I don't remember minding them. Like I wouldn't choose to eat them, but like if they're around, I could consume them.
Right. I'm the only person I've like seen buy them at a store.
Whoppers or Milk Duds?
Milk Duds.
I don't remember anyway.
They're like
So,
circular.
It's years of chocolate.
and they're super chewy. You said?
Yeah, it's very. It takes a lot of jaw effort to get through one.
Oh no, I'm out, man. I'm not really into like candy that takes like that makes you tired, you know. From
Right?
like,
No, yeah. If you eat like 5, your jaw will start to get sore.
No, I'm not into that shit.
You don't need to work for the food that's going to inevitably make you tired.
Right? No, forget that, man. What's your favorite candy bar, Danny?
Probably Kit Kats. I would
That's
say
a pretty good one.
or the cookies and cream Hershey bar.
Oof, that's pretty good too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Kit Kat would always be the topping that I would have on my friendly's ice cream sundaes.
Ooh.
Yep.
I'd go for it with Blizzard.
Oh, Blizzard. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Owen said this. We don't get all those cool Kit Kat flavors in America that like Japan makes.
What other flavors are there? I'm not even aware of there being
There's
any.
like everything. There's like I know there's at least strawberry.
I had a pumpkin spice one or pumpkin
Really?
pie.
I remember sometimes Shine would like bring weird ones from Indonesia. Yeah, wasabi, cookies and cream.
I think there's like
Oh,
a
shit.
mint. Well, I guess mint's not weird.
Granny Smith apple.
Have
Oh,
you
damn, that's
have you ever had cheeseburger Pringles?
no,
No,
dude.
They
that's
taste like
insane.
a Big Mac would.
No way.
Like it's scary how much of a burger taste you have in your mouth.
That's fucking
That's
interesting.
impressive for just a dust flavoring on potato.
Yeah,
Right. I'm very, very curious now.
it was like a limited time offer.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if they
Oh,
still
wow.
have it, but if they do, like I'd recommend trying it.
I did try the I think it was the Burger King like veggie Whopper or whatever when it came out, and
The Impossible Burger.
yeah, it's not healthier. Like I looked into it, and it's actually less healthy,
Yeah.
but
Really?
it does taste just like a normal one, pretty much. So it's just like fast food for vegetarians, I guess.
Yeah,
Right,
pretty
right,
much. My mom loves them. My mom's a vegetarian and she loves everything Impossible meat. And like we have enough of it in the house now. It's great.
I don't remember when I last was able to have like meat substitutes here, man. I don't think those are a thing here. And if they are, they're very like niche, and I don't know where to find them. You know, maybe if I look.
You
a
don't
little
even have
harder.
like that one corner of the supermarket with like Morningstar patties or whatever.
Oh, did I? Oh no, not even. I
Damn.
promise. I haven't seen them anyway. Yeah.
I guess if there's no market, they won't sell them, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's barely even a market for seltzer water. There's honestly one of those things that I got used to back in the States, and I've had a really hard time finding it here. And I don't know, I miss it.
Yeah, it's weird that to some countries, like you could get a food, but you'd really have to work your ass off. Like you can't get peanut butter in Japan; they just don't do
Really?
that. Yeah,
And then like some countries have really weird things. Like Israel has milk in a bag.
right. I think
Oh, we
Canada
have
has
milk in
that
a
too.
bag
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we got our liters of milk in a bag. No, dude, we have little we call them pulperias. They're little like markets that people just make out of like their gates in their houses. So like all the houses here are gated, right? You go into like your regular neighborhood, and all the houses will be gated, have like big walls and like a big gate and whatever.
Mhm.
And so like what the pulperia is like they'll like cut open like a you know like a hole for like a window, and they like add like little bars for like safety and whatever onto them, and then just people just sell shit like out of those. But they get pretty like big, right? They get like distributors like bring selling shit to them like chips and stuff like that. And what they would do, because we have the the glass Cokes here, but you have to like return those, right? Like unless you want to pay for like the actual bottle, which would make it a little bit more expensive. But like if you want Coke from one of these little markets, from one of these pulperias, and you don't you're going to be walking, you don't want to carry the bottle with you, you might not be able to return it. What they do is that they pour it in like a little baggie, one of those transparent plastic bags, yeah, and then they'll like put a straw in it, and they'll like tie it around the straw, and you just have Coke in a bag, and it's fucking excellent.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They could just do without the bottles entirely. They could just have like a vat of Coke.
Yeah, in a bag. Yeah, you're right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, Danny. You have anything else you want to add?
Only that you should check out Doom Patrol on HBO Max. I think it's one of the best shows out there right now, and it's like a wacky superhero thing that touches on like trauma and abuse, and also it's just insanely bizarre, like so freaking weird.
Oh, this is like DC Universe.
Yeah, it was on DC
really?
Universe, but it's on HBO Max now. That's my only thing. I love this show, so I tell everyone that I speak to, like, watch it. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll look into it. I haven't watched a good superhero show in forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. When's the Schneider Cut coming out?
Soon, trademark.
Yeah. The amount of money that could be like donated to charity that's being put into like master the unfinished Schneider Cut effects.
How much money
right.
do you think the guy who had to CGI out Tom Cavill's mustache gets from these movies?
Probably not enough, especially considering there's probably scenes where they're like, hey, we're using this, and he's like painstakingly done it, and they're like, actually, we're gonna go with this shot, so do it all over again from a different angle.
Now that's a job I could get behind.
Yeah. Film is a brutal industry for the effects crew.
Specifically the facial hair effects.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've covered everything that I had in my notes, man.
Again, the other podcast is Bored and Browsing. I'll leave a link in the description, of course, for you to go check it out.
Yeah.
Wherever podcasts are found, I assume.
Yeah, we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and now iHeartRadio.
Hell yeah.
Also, thanks for having me on, guys. This has been so much
Nah,
fun.
dude. Yeah. Thank
oh,
you
yeah.
for being interested in coming on. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I love this show. I'm so excited to listen to more episodes. I gotta go back to the older ones.
You should skip the ones with Nick Kirshner, man. Just skip
Yeah,
it.
that's already good.
Will do.
All right, Matthew, what did we learn today, dog?
Okay, I did learn a little bit more about Close Enough because I like just knew that it existed and I was interested, but now I've like learned a little bit more about the premise and everything from you guys.
Yeah.
And I think I learned a little bit more about Persona. Like I've always been like,
Oh,
I
you
should
asshole.
play
That's what I was
Persona.
going to say.
Oh, god damn it. Well, I said it. So what have you learned, Daniel?
I learned about, I suppose I learned about Doom Patrol, a show
Right.
about DC, based around people from the DC universe. And yeah, I'll definitely look into this.
Yeah.
Danny, what about you, dude?
I learned about Nick's Michigan Eats. I'm so excited to watch all of that.
Please,
Hell yeah.
please let us know.
I hope, yeah, I guess you'll have to come back on the show and give us a review.
Yeah,
on your-
that'll be my comeback episode. Is I give an update. I'll only review those. I'll talk about nothing else.
That would be quite the experience. That'd be better than the videos. But yeah, thank you for coming on. It was a great time.
Yeah,
as
thanks
always.
for having me.
Anyway, we'll see y'all later.
Oh yeah. Peace out.
Bye.
Good time.